Hi, sir.
Hi.
Prelims is on the corner.
Okay,
So
okay.
these are my doubts.
Mm.
Please look on it.
Yeah, it's these common 20 doubts. Most of the students are having these concerns, especially when prelims is very near to us. So here you asked something. One is like regarding what to do with the new sources and new portions of learning. So I would say that now whatever you have revised so far in all subjects, history, economy, geography, polity, environmental science, whatever you have done, yeah, that is fine. Maybe it is 60 percentage or 70 percentage, whatever is done, just go for revision. Do multiple rounds of revisions instead of learning some new concepts. Current affairs every day you can do 20, 30 pages current affairs compilations, nothing wrong in that. Especially when it comes to these core static subjects, it is nice to revise whatever the things you learned in each instead of reading or learning new things. Okay, so that is something I would say. And also regarding the new sources, just get it off it. Whatever the sources and compilations and notes you have, just revise it multiple times and practice questions. And your second question is that taking lots of mocks in the last 10, 15 days, I would say limit your mocks. You can practice questions like for example paced manner, 25 questions, 50 questions. You can practice lots of questions, revise them. Regarding the full test, I would say that you can take this what is called in a real time, I mean simulated test, like one test in 2 days. That way you can go for mock test. I mean, giving lots of open mock test and lots of things, to make confuse you, because different people set a different set of questions. Some are easy, some are of different patterns, some are of PSC patterns, and you may be confused with these different sort of patterns and all. Stick on to UPSC pattern, and I would say that it is nice. Practice these PYQs, especially in the end, or the PYQ based mock test, Then your question is that what is called regarding these NCRT revisions and all, yeah, that you have to do NCRT revisions, or whatever the notes you prepared from Lashmikant, DD Bus, whatever the things you done, give multiple revisions. That's very much important. 100% focus must be on revision part. That you shouldn't compromise. Then there is something called CSAT. CSAT again, for CSAT, my suggestion is that yes, you said you are practicing CSAT twice in a week. Instead of that, if you are weak in CSAT, CSAT is having portions like there is comprehension, there is what is called this quantitative aptitude, and this reasoning part. So what I am saying is that if you are weak in CSAT, every day at least 2 hours you focus on or you spend on this CSAT practice. Okay, that is my suggestion. Then you said that. Yeah, about your strong topics, whether you should totally skip them or you must revise them. Regarding your strong areas, again I am telling you, you can never ever predict UPSC. Okay, I mean, we cannot say that I am strong in these areas, so I will skip, I will focus on these areas. Don't do that. Whatever, even if it is your strong areas, make sure that you revise them properly and thoroughly before the final exam. Okay, then your question is that yeah, about the postponement of exams and such distractions. So I would say just to keep away from the social medias and that kind of the news and things and all, rumors and all. Even if the exam is postponed or not, your duty is to prepare very well. If it is on 25th or 26th, you have to give your best. Okay, so don't focus on those things and all. Then you asked me, it's about late night sitting and all. That is up to you, because this is just very near to exam, and if you are changing your study cycle or sleep cycle, that will affect you both physically and mentally. So whatever is comfortable to you, if you are a student sitting and studying and learning for till late night, just continue, don't change it now. Okay, if you wake up in the early morning and prepare in the early morning, just continue it, don't change the cycle. Okay, because if you change the cycle, it will physically, mentally affect you. Okay, whatever is comfortable, just do it, but make sure that you must have a minimum 6 hours sleep. Okay, minimum 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours sleep you must have. That also you take care. Then of course, regarding the high yield areas, of course, again I'm telling you that you can't underestimate UPSC or predict UPSC patterns. So stronger areas are there, even if less number of questions from the those stronger areas last year, don't ever ignore them. especially areas like, for example, polity, you know that there is parliament. History, you know that there is this what is called this Buddhism, Jainism, kind of, Renaissance movements and all. So what all the high yielding areas, you must focus on them, you must revise them very well, you must practice good number of questions from those areas. That is also very important. Then there is regarding this OMR practice. Yes, instead of giving this online test, I would say offline, the actual simulated tests are very much important in the last moments, I would say, especially taking it offline, practice it in OMR. Some people are, they do this, half the way bubbling, or maybe they do half the way shading of the bubbles, or sometimes they forget to bubble, sometimes they do all the questions and the bubbling shading part, they do in the last time, then they make lots of random mistakes. In order to avoid that, right from now onwards, you practice OMR practice, taking this test in the actual environment, so that thing is important, especially when you do with your roll numbers and things, make sure that you have good practice of them. Then there is yeah, then you asked a question like, yeah, your problem is with comparing with others, you feel weak, in the mock test, you see that your friends, your colleagues, you are scoring well, but your score is not improving, you feel a bit down. I would say that, see, this exam is not a competition with you and your, four friends. This is around 10 lakhs or 15 lakh students are competing with you. So your competition is in a pan India level, or maybe it is with these 10 to 15 lakh students. So just comparing yourself with others, that is the way of underestimating your potentials. Okay, so don't worry. Everyone is having different methods of, preparation strategies. I would say whether they are scoring less or higher, it is none. What I would say that don't like look into that side. Just take care of your performance, your improvisation. Okay, last 5 months, what all the improvements you made with regard to CSAT and GS, regarding elimination, regarding, correct and wrong, those things you take care. No need for comparisons with your other friends and all. um, yeah, these are the questions you asked me.
Yeah, sir.
uh, yeah, regarding stress on elimination is fine, elimination techniques are also fine. UPSC exams, almost all the questions are analytical, and sometimes, make sure that UPSC's thought process matches with your thought process. It is not like UPSC has to match UPSC's thought process with yours. Make sure your thought process matches with the UPSC's thought process. Okay, so think from that way, and simply, picking up some elimination strategies and trying to forcibly applying into questions, will not work out. UPSC has, a pattern of asking questions, and UPSC has a particular, pattern of analysis or a particular thought process, and try to get into that, try to crack the knack of that analysis, then you can solve maximum number of questions. And then you asked me how many questions you must solve, how many questions you must solve. See, there is no such a criteria. This is the number of the questions every aspirant must solve. Most of the mentors and veterans would say that you try to solve 90 plus questions. But I would say that 90 plus questions, if you are confident that even if 50 questions you accurately hit, in the sense that 50 or 60 questions are the 100% you are, you damn sure about the accuracy of the answers, then I think there is no point in making more number of questions and making negative marks, because for every negative wrong answer, 0.66 will be, deducted from your total score. So there is no such thing that you must attempt this number of questions. But at the same time, I would say that if you are a 50-50 dilemma, in that scenario, it is good to give maximum hits with the maximum accuracy. Without thinking or without, applying any logics, don't hit the answer. Try to apply, certain amount of educated guess and try to hit maximum questions if you are in a 50-50 dilemma scenario. Always expect for the unexpected. That is very important, because the exam always think that UPSC can apply different patterns, some innovative or dynamic way of asking questions, etc. Then what is the pattern or what is the style of answering questions? Again, I would say that, see, in a 100 questions booklet, give the first reading of 10 minutes or maybe 7 minutes. Find out the easiest portions first. out of 100, there are history, economy, geography, polity, environmental science, current affair questions are there. Just go for a quick reading of 100 questions, and you just mark what are the easier questions. Maybe out of 100 you may get 30 as easier questions or 25 as easier questions. So in the first round of solving, go for the 25. So 25 into 2 means 50 marks you already scored. That will make yourself enthused and excited, or maybe happy. When your happy hormones are released, you are more settled, more relaxed, and you can much beautifully apply your like analysis. You can get answer of other questions also. So whichever the easiest ones you attempt, then those questions in the first round. In the second round, go for the 50-50 chance questions. Out of that also, maybe it's such kind of questions. You solve 30 questions, you see that maybe 15 gone right, 15 gone wrong. Still you see the ball is in your court. Okay. So again, in the last round only, you do that most difficult type of questions. Okay. Why I'm saying this, if you like what I say is that stuck to a particular difficult question and wasting lot of time over there, automatically you are getting tensed. You already lost time, you already lost the good answers. Then confusions would be there. So avoid the confusions, and avoid that time constraints, and be in the relaxed mood, and try to attempt questions with the accuracy. That is very important. So I think, and with the CSAT part also, I would say that there is that is, you said whether quantitative aptitude or reasoning or comprehension must be focused. I would say you focus all the three areas, because in comprehension part, there are some like convenient things. I mean, with the 100% conviction, you can hit some passages. So obviously there are some passages are there, inference, assumption, cracks, or corollary, conclusion type questions are there. If you practice too well, lots of such passages could be answered. Then coming to reasoning also, lots of easier topics are there. Coming to quant also, easier topics are there. So I would say, instead of spending lot of time into one area, I would say you give quality time over the three areas. The most frequently asked questions, most repeatedly asked questions, on those areas, or high yielding areas, you invest your time, practice well, and solve questions from all the three areas. That is also a good solution to crack CSAT paper or score 67 and above in CSAT paper. Okay. So these are the things. I think I answered almost all your concerns right now. Yeah. Finally, not last not least, what I would say, your mental and physical stamina matters a lot, especially in the last minute. What happens with many aspirants is that full of tensions, especially what if I gonna fail this exam, or what if I lost my job, what if so that kind of the tensions, you get it off. What I would say is that, after all, the result is yes or no. I mean, in or out, you have to face it. You have to face it. If not clear, next year you have to give the best attempt. Okay. So think that way. Give the coolest exam this time. And what I say is that, these days, take your breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the appropriate times. Have good sleep, drink a lot of water, have some relaxations like morning walking, jogging, something. Just chat to your friends for a limited time, like 30 minutes and all. Find good quality time over revision part and practice part. Be relaxed and be cool, and go and give your best this time. So this is something, I would say, these are my certain ideas or suggestions which I would like to share with you. I hope most of your concerns I addressed here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Gallant IAS, chasing your passion to ace.